Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate Graham, and I'm very excited to do what I'm thinking will be a pretty brief video, but a very exciting one. And that is to draw the winner, the recipient for the scholarship for the Empath Energetics Round 7 session. It is just mind-blowing to me that I have made it to the 7th round, to be honest. Partly because I put myself through the program, and so it's just like maybe incredible to see what it's changed in me and how I've shifted through the course of offering this program, but also where my life was when I began and how it is now. And I think just the consistency, like there's something in me. I've been like a nomadic person and I'm a creative type, and it's surprising to me that I've stuck with the same thing for this long. So it's a testament to how much I really enjoy this work, that it hasn't lost steam. Even when I've needed to take breaks in order to just recalibrate and find some deeper way into this work, it keeps coming back and it keeps coming up. And so this year it feels like it's time to grow. And so I doubled the amount of people that I had in this most recent round compared to what I normally would take in. And that's been amazing. So I'm doubling it again for the fall. And it's been a while since I've really, I've been working on this for many years, but it's been a while since I've really had this much certainty and optimism and focus. And I know that this is going to be my full-time work, and I'm really ready for it. So enough about me. On to the exciting thing, which is, this season, I'm able to take in 30-ish. My guidance is that it's around 30 people who will be in the next round. That means about 25 new participants because I keep some spaces open for grads. So I'm going to limit it to 25 new spaces, which is also incredible to me because I'm really excited for those 25 people to join. I'm really looking forward to being full-time and full on with all the people who join this next cohort. The people who are currently a part of Empath Energetics know how invested I am into their journeys, the spirit of the program and of the work, of showing up for calls and everything like that. I'm really, really looking forward to doing more of that. So what I did was I offered this scholarship. It was gratefully donated this round that we're currently in by Sonia Guzman, who is an Empath Energetics participant. She's also an Empath Energetics grad. So she had taken the program before. She saw the value of it and wanted to make it a little bit easier for me to offer this. I've really run at not a super high, not a super high price. And this is where I feel comfortable with it being at right now. Right now, the early bird pricing, just for anyone who's interested and for anyone who doesn't receive the scholarship but is still really wanting to work with me and take part, the Empath Energetics payment, not the early bird pricing is $444 US a month for 4 months. And so if you filled out a scholarship and you want to come talk to me about starting on this early bird pricing, but having a payment plan so it's a little bit easier to pay month by month, I totally recognize and understand that we're in climate and times and, where like that's easier for many people, and no judgment, that is what it is. And as long as you are devoted to the work and as long as the exchange is made in time, I'm quite happy about that. And it's something that I feel is really important, is to keep some way of keeping things accessible. And that was part of the reason that I started offering the scholarship in the first place. Even when I was like, I don't know why I'm offering a scholarship when I really need the income myself. The thing is, this whole time, even though it's not been my bread and butter, there's always been, well, maybe not bread and butter, but there's always been food on my table. And I have this just really strong intuition and trust that, spirit provides for me as is needed for me. This year, there's been a lot of personal downloads, visions coming through for me about how it is I'm meant to grow so that I can continue offering at even higher levels and to even more people. And so there are some shifts. I'm really feeling as though these shifts are going to be impactful, powerful. Every round feels better than the last. And I don't think round 7 is going to be any different. So I offered this scholarship. I set a personal goal to aim for 30. I really, really, really wanted 30 people to fill in this scholarship application just to feel like, 30 folks have the potential, the opportunity to be able to take part in this program for free. But there's only one that I can give away, unfortunately. I wish I had all the time and I wish I had all the resources to just like somehow offer this without needing to even ever ask for pay. But, it's really unrealistic in today's times to do that. And that does not help me get to the visions that have been shown to me, and those visions are ones that help a lot of people in a lot of really challenging times. So it feels really important anyways, is what I mean, to still offer this one scholarship, but also the fact that this is really, really reasonably priced for the amount that I show up for this program. If you were to compare it to therapy or massage or things like that that get added in, it's comparable, or I'm often told it's less expensive when you consider the amount of hours and availability that I have for people, accessibility of the program, and also the fact that it's proven. We have many grads taking this program time and time again now. And that is also just mind blowing to me. So what actually happened was I quadrupled the amount of people that I set in as this goal. So I think the theme that I'm feeling for this next round for myself anyways is like, set your sights beyond my initial belief. So I've been really emotional. My mother's been emotional. My parents have watched me really, really stubbornly, passionately say, this is something that's going to stay. I'm going to do this healing work. There will be something that comes from this, and pick away at it. I never, ever, ever wanted my healing work to be a stressor for me. And so whenever it would start to veer into that direction, I would say, okay, we're keeping it here. We're keeping it a little smaller, because I didn't want to have any type of resentment or frustration with something that I really feel is my lifelong path. And I do lots of other things in between that. I've recently started doing music comedy. I have been focused on separate projects and things that I think really feed this overall vision and goal, but healing work stays, right? And now it's here, and I feel ready to be doing this full time in the fall. So yeah, I ended up receiving, let's check the current number here, 123, 123, which is a pretty magical number as well, I'll say. So like, thanks everyone. 123 applicants to this scholarship. So thank you is not enough for the amount of appreciation I have for the interest and the support in this program. I really wish I had more than 25 new spots in the next round, because I feel like most of you who filled in this application are likely going to be the ones who fill in this next program. And if everyone comes in at early bird pricing, then all the better and all the more accessible. And that's great. And yeah, so I'll be in touch with everyone who said that they would be interested in taking, perhaps if a payment plan was offered, and we'll get in touch and we'll just see how this goes. And I really don't know how to describe the amount of the amount of emotion that it brings up for me, to just be at this place in my career. And yeah, someone was asking me yesterday, oh gosh, someone was asking me yesterday, like, how is it that I trust myself so well? And it's really challenging to trust yourself at the beginning. And, I was talking with a roommate that I had in my early 20s, just out of college, and I had gone to film school, and I'd been getting all these dreams of life looking different for me. And it was really hard because I had worked so hard to just get through film school. And I felt like I was failing on this very large investment and goal of being in film, and that I was like quitting early, even though I knew that I was being pulled in another direction, and I was getting these dreams were just incessant, and they were about me doing healing work and about me managing a retreat. And here I am, less than a decade later from that time, managing a retreat center in the Scottish Highlands, nearby to where my great grandfather was a minister for 40 years, which I think is really beautiful. This ancestral connection I didn't even know about before I moved here. And it's not in every area of my life that I have full trust. But with this work, with what I'm doing here, absolutely no doubt in my mind. Okay, so 123 people. So I have this whole spreadsheet of all of your answers. I read through all of them. It's been really beautiful. I'm going to get in touch with everyone at some point, even simply to thank you for filling out an application, and letting you know what the options are, how we might work together, because I have this feeling like all the people who filled this in, at least 90%, like I will work with them in some way, or they will interact with something that I do in some way in the future. And that feels really special. And, if I had a champagne glass, I'd say like, I'm raising it to you because you are encouraging me to continue offering this work to highly sensitive people. I think empaths are the types of people who change the world because we have greater feeling, greater sensitivity, and greater awareness of what's needed in order to truly heal and make this world a kinder and more loving place. And I'm blessed to work with the best, most beautiful hearted people, and that never changes round to round. I'm really grateful. So I have this random number picker. I'm not going to share my screen just because it's a little like confuddled for me to, do my own switching operating while I'm on a Zoom here. And I just want to show you. So you're just gonna have to trust me, okay? I don't think that should be a problem. If you don't trust me, probably isn't a good idea to work with me, so hopefully you can just feel, hey, she's looking at a random number generator. And it's amazing to see, like, I've done this scholarship before and then done this random, like I had names before because there was that few people that I could actually, and I don't mean few, but it was less than 20. And so to have 123 and to see all these numbers going around, I'm like, it's like literally a revolution, and a personal revolution, but also a community one for us. Yeah. Okay. So without further ado, if you got a drum it. If you got a rattle it. Drum roll is what I'm asking for. I'm going to spin this, and then whatever number that coordinates with is the number on the spreadsheet I'm going to go back to, and I'm going to figure out who is the winner. So oh my gosh, I'm closing my eyes because I'm too excited. Oh my gosh. It gave me music. I don't know if you can hear that, but it was like kind of medieval little music. 81, 81. So who is that? Who is that? 81. Gwen Juvenal. So I will get in touch with Gwen Juvenal. I have to say, there's a lot of people who said yes or maybe to being able to, or considering taking empath energetics, especially if a payment plan was offered. Gwen happens to be one of the people who that was a no, and there's no judgment and there's no preference for me either way, but there's a little bit of me that's like really excited and really happy that someone who really wouldn't have had the opportunity to take the program is now able to. So I'm going to reach out to Gwen. If anything changes, I'm going to keep this spreadsheet, right? So if anything changes, and I check in and it's a no for whatever reason, we always have to trust our intuition. I never rush decisions. I don't like people to feel forced into anything. It's just not the way. It's not the vibe. Don't want to do that. So I will reach out to Gwen. Hopefully, we're all still on board. And then I will get in touch with everyone else, anyone else, and we'll get those first 25 people in, and we'll start in September. So I will, because there's a lot of this early interest and support and action towards the program. I will offer some things in August just to help us bridge the gap between this time and September, because, it can feel a little strange to be like, okay, I'm doing something now, I'm making a decision now, but it starts in September. So I'll do something to help us connect and just get started. So we might do an early start, kind of just dripping some of the information through. There's always way too much for me to cover in any empath energetic session. And grads will often say, oh my gosh, you've never said this, or oh, you've never talked about that. Oh, you talk about this differently now, and it's, I love that about it. It doesn't feel like there's even ever enough time for me to cram everything in that I want to. So I'm really, really, really excited. I'm happy for you, Gwen. I will get in touch, and thank you to every single person who filled out a scholarship application or who supported me along the path getting to this point. Because I don't know, excited isn't even the best word at this point. I am like exhilarated, overjoyed. I am in jubilation. I'm in jubilation. All right. Okay. We'll chat soon, everyone. Thank you so much.